Hello world, I'm Exonic international artist, songwriter and producer, and today I'm going to be talking about the crisis that's going on in Flint, Michigan, but I'm also going to finish up with my album track listing because I was on the last song. But let me start. It's a crisis going on in the United States, and it's amazing to me that it's just now getting national attention. A few media outlets have been talking about this Flint, Michigan water crisis, to where you have toxic water, and the people have been consuming this water and bathing with it, by the way, and cooking with it for the past almost 2 years. Like, it started around like April 2014, and now it's just getting national attention because they found out that almost all the kids, matter of fact, all the kids in Flint, Michigan, had lead poisoning in the bloodstream, in their bodies. And lead is toxic. Lead is going to cause cancer and brain damage, and this is what they have to face today. You know, and the United States government, they know about some of these things, but I think they sweep it under the rug depending on the type of people that's being affected. The population of Flint is, I want to say, around 60% blacks, and the rest of them are kind of mixed. 30%, 40% is like mixed white and other nationalities, like everybody else, Indians and Africans and whoever else. So there's a huge problem out there, and right now we're just starting to hear about it. People are starting to donate, which is all fine. But what's going to happen with these children? You have, and then not only the children, some of the grown folks, they were getting rashes on their bodies and everything else. So my thing here is, I'm all about solutions, because talking about a problem and not having some type of solution for it, to me, is meaningless. It's good to talk about things, but it's also great to have some sort of solution. So my first solution, my main solution, will be, right now, these parents have to learn how to detox their children. Don't believe the hype that this stuff cannot be flushed out of their bodies. Don't believe that. The first thing you have to do is detox your children of this lead that's in the bloodstream right now. It's gonna take at least 2 weeks to a month to be able to flush this stuff out of your bodies. On my previous videos, I talk about black health, black people being healthy. Right now, as we can see, when the shit hits the fan, everybody's gonna be affected. Black people, white people. It's only the elite that's sitting back and watching and smiling right now, because they feel like it's never gonna really affect them. So the general public will always be affected. The general public will always feel the wrath of whatever that's happening with this country. There are a few solutions I have in mind. The first thing is, we're going to tackle the kids issue. So with the kids right now, parents, please, the first thing you need to do is go to Walmart, get some turmeric. It's in the spice department. It's spelled Turmeric. Get some turmeric, get some black pepper, and I'll explain exactly why I'm saying these things. The other one is black seed, or black cumin seed, black CUMINSEED. You could get it you could actually order it from my website as well. So you could order that from my website. just hit the donate button, and I'll sell 2 capsules to you for around $12. But it has 60 caps in it, in the bottle, 60 caps, and you could tell your, because right now they have a high concentration of lead. They have to take at least 2 in the morning and 2 in the night every day. But you get some black seed, or get the turmeric powder, and get some black pepper. You could also get baking soda. Baking soda, even though I don't advise you using a lot of baking soda because it's still chemically made, because the stuff I'm giving you are all natural. You also get some cinnamon powder. Get some cinnamon powder. So now the way you're going to have to detox is your kids going to have to become vegans. They're going to have to eat vegetables, fruits, and drink water for the next month straight. They cannot be eating meat. If they want to eat meat or whatever else, they have to eat it in very small portions. Green apples are very good too for detoxing the body. So I urge you to get some green apples, some cinnamon powder, some turmeric, turmeric powder, some black pepper, and what's the other one? Black seed. You could order the black seed from my website, or you could just search on Google. You'll be able to find black seed. They sell it all over the internet. Get these things right now. With the turmeric, you want to put it in food. So if you're making stuff like lasagna or whatever, sprinkle turmeric on it. If you're making some tea for them to drink, and just natural tea, leave the hot chocolate alone. If you're gonna use any sugary products, use brown sugar or maple syrup. Brown sugar or maple syrup. Put a little bit of turmeric in the tea, whatever they're drinking. Put a little bit of turmeric in the food as seasoning, as well as the black pepper. They have to eat mostly vegetables now. Mostly leave the fish and meat and all that extra stuff. They could eat a little bit, but not a lot. And leave the processed food alone. Like the processed foods out of the supermarket, they're not good. They have a lot of chemicals in these processed foods that we eat. A lot of chemicals. You have to cook your food on the stove. Leave the microwave alone for a little bit too. You have to cook your food. You know, you could get broccoli. Broccoli is really good. And make sure to start trying to, if you can't afford it, I understand, but try to buy more food from the organic section. Don't drink too much milk. Matter of fact, if you could cut the milk out, that would be great. If you want to drink milk, try to find you some imported powder milk, because the imported powder milk is good. And then, I mean, all you gotta do is mix it with water. But the regular milk that we drink has chemicals in it to make it go bad. The only way, for instance, if the milk is about to go bad, 3 days before it goes bad, you freeze your milk, it will be good for a while. But there are chemicals in these things to go bad after a certain time. That's why the milk expires kind of quick, you know. So it's better to get like powder milk, imported powder milk. You could go to like the Hispanic stores, excuse me, or whatever. But I urge every parent to go ahead and do that. One moment. So yeah, when it comes to the food, try to get turmeric seasoning. With the cinnamon, you could put cinnamon in tea as well. You could put it on like oatmeal. You know, cinnamon powder is really good, but turmeric and black seed are gonna flush those things out of your body. It's gonna flush whatever you have, as well as baking soda too. So baking soda is another good detox method, but you can't put a lot of baking soda. You put probably half a teaspoon in a whole cup of water, for them to drink. It will flush some of the toxins out of your body, out of your bloodstream, and out of your body as a whole. The next thing I want to talk about, and this is really for the entire United States, especially African Americans, people of color. I'm not even gonna. It's just for everybody out there, the general public, really. Because at the end of the day, if the government is going against the people have to know what to do. So I urge everyone to, if you have money and you have a house, put some money together and build a well. You could do the well with the pump. You could do the well with the pump, or the well without. But put some money together and do a well. If you don't have a house and you have a family member, your grandmother, whoever else has a house, you have to build a well. This way you have your own water supply in your backyard. You could treat it with a little bit of chlorine so it's drinkable. So when stuff is really going to go bad in this country, you'll have water to drink. The next thing is power. You really don't need electricity, but yes, we do need it for the weather in the United States because it gets really cold in certain places. So if you have money, invest in solar energy and invest in portable generators. This is stuff we've experienced in Africa. I lived in Liberia. We had regular power until we had a war, and next thing you know, everybody had to use generators. Everybody had to use wells or hand pumps for water, and that's how we had to live. Get you a grill, get you some firewood so you could be able to cook your food, because if you don't have water, if you don't have power, you can't cook unless you have at least some firewood. If you have a grill, it'll make it a little bit easier. But yeah, these are some of the things people have to start thinking about. Store you enough water in your home. Have enough flashlights or candles or matches. Things like that. Food supplies. America's a country where people love guns. If you need guns, go ahead, get your guns now. I urge you to do that, because if you have to hunt and get some meat, you could hunt and get some meat without having to struggle.